Hey guys, so we're back to the 1919 standard plumbing catalog in the vitreous china section of the catalog. And what you're looking at is a standard made or manufactured toilet flushometer. Back in the 20s, Standard made their own flushometers. I don't think they lasted because they don't show up in catalogs by the late 20s. But apparently at this time Standard was they had their hand in the flushometer world. So these are some of their flushometers that they offered. That would be your supply coming in through the wall. This is the valve proper. And that would be the spud. This would be for a side spud toilet. This would be for a top spud. That would be as well. It has a slightly different handle. These have a push button on top. That's just a little different version there. These are their control stops. Now these, I have to find a picture to explain those. Okay. So I've seen these from Standard and also Mott back in the 20s. This is a flushometer. You can see the supply comes out of the wall, comes through here, goes through a pipe, goes up into the toilet. And this is the flush. It's like a button, I guess. And the valve itself is actually encased inside the china, the porcelain of the toilet bowl. And that is what, well, that's what those valves were for. And these are exposed valves, side spud obviously. You can see another vented bowl, vented Purimo there, with a vent going through the wall from the toilet bowl. So the toilet bowl was vented. Here's a little better picture of a sanitary hump toilet that I explained in a previous video. The rear and front portions of the bowl are raised. This is all porcelain integrated with the bowl. And the flushing rim actually swoops up and flushes these extensions. It's kind of an idea that didn't take off, obviously, but somebody had an idea. This ejecto has that integrated flushometer built into the porcelain, but it's actually also on a seat-operated flush. Kind of interesting. Notice it's an extended lip ejecto. And then this is an early Instanto. And notice it says the Instanto has been out for 10 years at this point, so it looks like about 1909 is when the Instanto first came out. But these ones are interesting because the bolt pattern is very outdated. It's not anything like, I mean, I'd be surprised if any of these toilets were around, if they were still used, because getting parts for the carriers or servicing the carriers would be next to impossible, because it's not a standard. The standard modern bolt pattern for a blowout jet would have it'd have a main bolt on each side of the waste pipe and then a bolt down below, but These have a bolt down below, but they have bolts way up here for mounting the toilet, and then some extra ones right here for securing the flange. So that's a totally obsolete system, obviously. I'd be surprised if any of those were still around, still in use. And then the wall-hung siphon jet toilet for this time was actually a wall-hung version of the Purimo. There was no Glenco at this time. The Glenco didn't come out until the mid-20s. Also, a little bit of an outdated carrier setup, I think. It's kind of weird. Okay, so here's a seat-operated flushometer. And this toilet, in order to flush this toilet, you would have to push the seat down and then let up on it. And it wouldn't flush until you let up off the seat. And of course, the seat could be fully raised as well. You could fully raise it or lower it, just like any normal seat. But it had that automatic flushing feature. And there's even a Purimo on a concealed tank. These are some other flush valves, apparently. And I think I've covered everything out. Yeah, there's some more seat-operated flushometers. So I want to jump back to the Purimo really quick. Here's a picture. The defining feature of the standard Purimo was that it had this notch in the back of the toilet bowl. And then the seat that was designed for the Purimo, if I can find a picture of one. And you've probably, yeah, the seat was what's called an open front and open rear toilet seat. They were marketed for institutions, hospitals, places like that. There's a cross section. And I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video.